everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing my October wrap-up. So I can't believe October's already over, but I'm so excited it's November because my birthday is at the end of November, so that means I'm going to be getting a lot of books. So I only read 6 books in October, 7 if you count the one I read for school, but October is also a crazy month for midterms and everything, and like assignments and stuff, and really I should be studying right now, but I'm not. I mean, I'm saying it's a study break, but it's really not, because in order to have a study break, you have to have started studying. Haven't done that yet. Oopsies. Okay, so now let's just get into the books that I read in October. So first I'm going to start off with 2 honorable mentions. So right now I'm reading Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. I'm like 10 pages in, so this one doesn't really count, but hey, here it is. Woo! And I'm also halfway through Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. I'm reading this for one of my classes, my early romanticism class, and I was doing really well, but then I had a crazy amount of midterms in 1 week, so I had to put it on the back burner, and I haven't picked it up in like a week. And I have to have it read for next week, but I'll get through it, you know. I'll get to it. I'm really enjoying it though. I really like Jane Austen's writing. Okay, so now into the actual books I read for fun this month. So the first one I read this month was The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. So I am now finally finished the Percy Jackson series, and I'm asking for the Heroes of Olympus series for my birthday, so hopefully I'll get it, and then I can read that one as well. I loved this book. I think this one may be my favorite out of the series. It was so action-packed. There was just so much going on. There was like never a dull moment. And I felt like the resolution in this book was just spot on. There was nothing that was left kind of like to question, except for like minor things that make it so it can continue in the Heroes of Olympus series. But other than that, I just thought it was so amazing. I loved this book. I definitely recommend this series. It's so fun and it's awesome. Just yet. And actually on Thursday they had in my city, someone was putting on the Lightning Thief musical. So I didn't know it was a musical, but like these people from New York came down and they put it on, and it was really, really cool. It was good. It was funny. I don't know. Check to see if you have the Lightning Thief musical at a theater near you, because it was really entertaining. So yeah, I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. And then after that, I needed something light and fluffy because as The Last Olympian was the final book in a series, it really was just intense, and I just needed something to lift my spirits because I was sad that that series was over. So this book is about a girl named Bianca, and she's pretty cynical and negative about everything, and she definitely does not think that she is the pretty one out of her 2 gorgeous friends. So she is talking to this guy. So this book is about a girl named Bianca, and she's pretty cynical and just not really a positive person, and she feels like the ugly one out of her group of friends because her other 2 friends are absolutely gorgeous. So she's kind of down on life, and she's kind of upset about that because the man slut, it says that in the synopsis, so I'm just going to use that term, he calls her the Duff, which stands for, obviously, the designated ugly fat friend. And she's pretty upset about that. And she vows that she absolutely hates Wesley, but then she ends up kind of turning to him to release her stresses, and she ends up kissing him, and it's a very destructive relationship that ends up developing. But of course, this destructive relationship turns into something much more than either of them expected. So I liked the fact that this book conquered some really big issues that everyone really faces from time to time, and I thought it was pretty good. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, I think, maybe 3.5. There was one part that I felt like it wasn't adequately resolved, one situation in this book, but other than that, it was really cute, it was fun, and it wasn't like your normal contemporary, and I don't know, I really enjoyed it. So after that, I picked up Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. This is the first book in the Throne of Glass series. So I had already read The Assassin's Blade, which is the bind-up of novellas for Throne of Glass series, and I did enjoy that, but I don't really like novellas. So then I decided I would finally just jump into the series, and oh my god, I loved this book. I have a review up, I have a review up for this, so I will link it here, but also down below. And oh my god, it was so good. The characters were awesome, and I completely understand the hype. I mean, it's just such a great story, and it's so interesting, and the world is just awesome. I really loved this book. And if you didn't know, this book is about a female assassin, and so badass, just so badass. And then after that, I picked up The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. I picked this up for my romanticism class, the same one that I'm reading Northanger Abbey for, and I didn't like this book. It's a gothic, and it's really just annoying and whiny, and I'm sure if I read it like in the time that it was written, I would have really enjoyed it, but it just wasn't for me. I gave it, I think, like 3 stars, maybe 2.5. And the next book I read is The Iron Trial by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. I actually have a review up for this one as well. I've been doing really good with reviews lately. But yeah, this book is the first book in a new fantasy middle grade series by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black, obviously. And I enjoyed this book. I gave it 4, maybe 3.5 stars. My problem with it was that it was a little bit slow through the middle, and then it just picked up really quickly at the end. And the end was awesome, but the middle was a little bit lacking. So this book is about a boy named Callum, and he has been warned by his father to stay away from magic, but he ends up being accepted to the Magisterium, which is the magic school. And of course, crazy stuff happens at the Magisterium. So yeah, if you want to know more about this book and my thoughts on it, I will link my review right here and also down below as well. And the final book I read in October, which is also part of the reason why I didn't read that many books, is The Diviners by Libba Bray. As you can see, this book is quite chunky, so it took me a while to read, but it was amazing. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I was just, from the prologue, I was just immediately immersed in the world. This is a historical fiction paranormal book that takes place in the 1920s, which I love that era, so I really enjoyed that. And it centers around the main character, Evie, and she moves from Ohio to New York to live with her uncle, who he owns this museum, which is like the Museum of Creepy Crawly, so it has all these like paranormal artifacts and everything. And her uncle is asked to help solve a murder case, and of course Evie gets herself wrapped up into that. So I don't want to give too much away because I felt like some of like the big punchlines were kind of spoiled for me a little bit just from listening to other people's synopsises, but this book is crazy, it's creepy, it's dark, but it's also really fun and interesting at the same time. It was just really just everything in a package, and I'm going to do a review for this. I haven't uploaded it yet, but when I do, I will link it right here and also down below. So those are all the books I read in October. I know it's not that much, but I am really busy with school, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna go and pre-film some more. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye!